welcome back to another video discussing the state and current situations of current Magic constructed play. Just want to start out by saying thank you all for watching this video and joining me today. As you may have realized, I was out for quite a while and didn't have many videos posted up within the span of a month or two back at the end of last year. But I want to thank you all for staying with me and showing your support by subscribing and liking my videos, because that really does help. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is the current state of possibly future constructed formats with the upcoming of some new ones that some people are probably familiar with but haven't really caught on in terms of sanctioned events and or, I guess we say, participation and the like. More specifically, I'd like to talk about the Frontier format today. Now, in case you don't know about it, it took me a while to catch on to this because it's not a very popular format. But Frontier is essentially, I guess you could say, what's also called as postmodern. It's actually a constructed format that's played very similar to any other constructed format like Modern or Legacy, except it just uses what you could say, I guess, the third edition or third generation of the background of Magic the Gathering cards, which includes the Beleriand text and onward that started in Magic M15, or Core Set M15, and is continuing to this day. This is basically any set that is a block set that includes the fancy new stamp that we see at the bottom of any rare and mythic rare cards. Frankly, this format is, like you say, just a constructed format with any of these cards in those sets. It's basically just like a bigger standard, but unlike standard, it doesn't rotate. It's going to keep growing and growing, just like Modern did when Modern became a format. To be honest, this format actually reminds me quite a bit of the old format Extended, which, to be honest, is kind of the same thing. Although, I believe Extended was originally, the latest 8 blocks to start out with, maybe 6. It was a good amount of blocks. Like Standard, it originally did rotate, and I think it eventually got shortened down to the earliest or newest, the newest few blocks, which I believe came out of the newest 4 blocks, plus all the core sets that were in between that. However, the reason that Extended ended up dying out was because that, well, it just felt like a bigger standard, and really just kind of kept the same decks that a lot of people saw in previous standard formats, and people got tired of it kind of quickly, and therefore Modern became a thing. Wizards actually made Modern a sanctioned format. It became played at Pro Tours, and of course other sanctioned areas, GPs, around the country, and even the world for that matter. Frontier, I feel like, is a little bit different, because while Extended did rotate every set release, or every block release, this is going to be a format that's really more like Modern. It's going to really just keep growing and growing, and until it gets out of hand, or until something new comes along, it will pretty much stay the way it is. Honestly, I kind of feel like we kind of needed a format like this to be sanctioned in a way, simply because Modern is a pretty big step from Standard. Modern's pretty fast. Standard games usually last, on average, over at least 6 or 7 turns these days, and frankly, I feel like Modern lasts a lot faster. Modern does last a lot faster, considering there are a lot of decks that go really fast and are kind of unexpected to really jump to that level. Now, you could give the argument that Frontier will just end up being another form of Extended, but like I say, the format will not rotate. I think it's going to really become a format of its own. It's really something that could really be special if really worked on. The thing is that I don't know if Wizards themselves has the idea of working on Frontier in mind. I know they do test the sets for Standard and Draft, and they do want those sets to be, and formats, to be as balanced as possible. Frontier, on the other hand, may really just kind of be put on the back burner, or not even considered whatsoever. It may not be the target audience. As we learned from Wizards removing Modern from the Pro Tour last year, it's very unlikely this will happen. However, one thing fun about Frontier is, as of filming this, it has no ban lists, so you can play the cards that are considered banned in other formats like Modern or Legacy, and just run wild with them. It's actually quite a neat idea. But like I say, this may change, and if Frontier ever becomes a thing for sanctioned events, this will likely put into action. Another reason why Frontier is a nice alternative is usually not so expensive as Modern. I know a little while back, I know Hangerback Walker, which was, I believe, a fairly expensive card for Standard. I think it shot up to around 20 bucks. Went back down to $2, and I think with the resurgence of Frontier, it's gone up a little bit more. I think it's like 5 or 6 now on most websites if you buy it online or from your local game store, wherever you get your cards. But the point is, usually the cards for Frontier usually aren't as expensive as Modern. You don't have to invest in Ravnica Shocklands. Although the original Onslaught fetch lands are likely needed to play, there's a lot of other great options, and there's some nice dual lands that have come out in these sets that can lead to some very, very effective mana bases, and some very powerful decks for that matter. Also, if you've been playing Standard the last year, you don't have to sell your cards. You can actually keep playing with your cards if you want, and you don't have to invest in any more. It's just like Modern, just a different format, and arguably a lot more relaxed. So yes, like I say, I'm a big fan of this, and I will likely do some Frontier deck techs, and likely a gameplay or two this year. Do you think that Frontier will take the Magic the Gathering community by storm someday, or do you think it's just a complete repeat of Extended? You can let me know what you think of it in the comment section below, and if you have any requests to want me to do gameplays or other things, I likely will do some deck techs, because like I say, I'm a big fan. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you again for watching my video and other videos. You should check them out too. And have a wonderful day. My name is Ryu Spectre, and I'll see you all next time.